So forms and surveys, we can't seem to have enough of them because we need them for lead generation forms, contact us forms, customer satisfaction surveys, and many more. And we just can't seem to get the right solution for our forms. Hey, what up, decisive marketers? Today I'm gonna show you the most customizable form solution out there, and it's called Preevio, right? What makes it different? Like I said, it's highly customizable, so it's going to be, you can create the form into the way that you want it. And on top of that, what makes it stand out from the sea of different form solutions out there is the visual conditional logic canvas, right? So you can create something like a marketing automation or chatbot automation solution just from the conditional logic canvas, where you can link questions to questions, or questions to end screen, and many more, right? You can set up all the conditional logic in there, right? So before I dive into Preview, be sure to hit that subscribe button if you'd like to see more digital marketing and e-commerce content, right? So here we go. So here we are in Preview. I would say that I am actually pretty impressed by Preview right here. Although I would say that this dashboard is definitely kind of boring, but as you have more forms, it's going to fill up. As you have responses, it's going to fill up as well. Okay, so here's what we're going to do, right? So first thing, let's check out all the uh different questions that you can choose from here. You got short answer, you got long answer, you got single select, multi select, drop down, skill, and rating, as well as end screen. So these are the different kind of questions type that you can choose from. Okay, so let me just kind of create a couple more questions like this. Okay, so let's say test 2, and this is test 3. Let's delete this one right here. Of course, for the questions, you can always duplicate them, and you can have multiple end screens as well, right? So you can have multiple end screens. You can create new and just select end screen, right? So that's so let's say we have two end screen. We have end screen 1, and no end, and just end screen, right? So firstly is the conditional logic. This is where what I really like about this tool here, because what happens is that, for example, you have two end screens here, right? So you could say the current questions, contain, say, Ted, uh, you know, Henry, right? So let's say it says Henry is going to link here. Okay, it's got a link here, right? So what happens is that if the question contains Henry in the answer, it's going to lead to this other screen right here. So same thing. Let's say for this, you could say I have anything. Okay, so let's say I will just put contains is not empty. Okay, so if it's empty, it will come here, right? If it's not empty, it's going to skip and come over here, right? So it's going to skip this question, something like that, right? Can you see that? So this is how the conditional logic is amazing, right? So you can have multiple rules as well, and all other cases you can then link to something else. Maybe you can just link to the end screen right here, right? So you can create the way that you want it. This is where it's amazing. The choices are the equal to, not equal to, contains, does not contain, is empty, not empty, right? So those are the choices. And so the first rule is then what happens is that you can delete this. Okay, so if this rule kicks in, it's going to lead to this question. So maybe let me just kind of delete this here. So it's going to lead here, and then so rule number 2 is then they will skip this question, something like that. Okay, so that's how the conditional logic works. Okay, that's what I really think that's pretty cool. The next thing is we're going to jump into preview, right? So this is where you can customize the form for so the design part of the form is right here, right? Under the preview, just click on customize as well, it will work as well. So you can switch to mobile mode, and I mean mobile view and desktop view like this. Okay, and then you can click on customize, so you can choose so firstly I would say if you just want something simple, just grab one of the theme and get going, right? And the so what happens is that you can apply this theme on the current screen only, or all screens, right? Or all screens, right? And then say you want to apply this design here. Okay, then you go to the screen and you can apply this design say on this screen as well, or you know uh, and you can change it. Okay, right? So what happens is what I would recommend is that you could have, say, you apply it on all screens. Okay, and then maybe you could have a different design for uh, you, so you can skip to the screen that you want. I mean, just kind of switch to the question that you want here. So let's say I'm on this question here, right? So I can then use a different theme, right? Okay, so I use a different theme here. Let me see. Okay, so I apply this. So what happens is that I could have. So why I like this so much, right, is that um, you could have a series of questions asking about certain things, and then the next series of question is on a different topic. You can change the background, change the theme. It sets a different mood. All right, that's what I like about the way that I can customize this on a much micro level. And on top of that, that is just like just selecting theme, right? But once you get into this is way more detailed in the design, right? So you can choose the layout that you want. You can have a left to right like this. You can have right to left. You can have default, which is a full screen. You can change the back layer. You can put the background image, or you can put a a splash image if you want to. So let's say you want to choose this. Okay, it's gonna add in that image in here, and then you can also choose like how do you want it to be cropped. Okay, so maybe like this. All right, let me just kind of move it down a little bit. Okay, right, there you go. I mean, it looks much better like this, right? Okay, then you can also change the background image position to say center, and then it goes down. Default is top, right? So it looks like this. So you can adjust it the way that you want. Okay, and then the next thing is the advanced customization. So you can go in depth into, say, the headings, like what kind of font color that you want to choose. Okay, the font size, the font height. We just kind of go back in there. So those are the headings. Okay, and then you could then, let me see. Okay, then the text, right? You can customize on and then the input colors as well, right? So you can set that up. You can put paddings. You can set paddings as well on the X, Y. You know, so X will be the horizontal, Y will be the vertical. You can set up the margins, the borders, and everything, right? There's a lot that you can customize, and then the menu options, it looks like this. You can change the font, everything, like the padding, everything, it's all in here. The buttons as well that you have, whether you want to have a background color. So say you want to have purple, right? And you want to make it a little bit more solid like this. Okay, so you can have this as well, right? So you can customize everything in here. This will be on a very micro level now, and then you can of course view it on, desktop and mobile, just to have what you want. Okay, right. So once you're done, of course you can also set up, you can, let me see. So I guess I haven't upgraded my account, but nonetheless, let me just jump back in here. So all these text, right? All these description section, it's all in HTML code, right? So you can always embed anything that you want, right? So this is a what you see, what you get editor, right? And then, like I said, you can embed anything you want. You can, change the font color. You can change, anything literally in this section right here. Okay, so next is, of course, you can also choose whether to show the start screen or not. Okay, then the next step will be to integrate, right? So you can always add webhooks right here. With webhooks, you can connect them to, Zapier, Pabbly Connect, right? Pabbly Connect is what I would recommend. Okay, and before we jump into share, right, let me just jump into, my domains. Over here you can set up all your custom domains, right? So all you need to do, put in your custom domain, add the domain, and they'll give you, say, the um, it's going to tell you, like, the, like, what you need to do with the domain. Okay, right? Just verify, using this information right here. Let me see. Okay, I gotta check the documents on that. But yeah, there you go, right? So you can add your custom domains in here, and then you can of course, set that up in your your form itself, right? So you can choose like what domains you want to use once you've added them in, right? And then there are a couple of ways that you can share your form. The first one will be links, right? You can send this link out to someone, and they can, start to sort of fill up the form. Okay, here you go, right? And then you can customize the path here as well, right? Next is the embed, right? So you can embed this on a website, uh, and you can embed this in different ways. You can have a full preview, you can have a pop-up, right? Or you could have a widget, right? So you can set up where you want the widget to be. Okay, let me just check if the documents. Okay, so you can set up where you want the widget to be as well, and the pop-up as well, and then your meta tags. Okay, so this will be, if you want to, so when you do your sharing, right? So your links here, right? You can set up a open graph image here. You can upload a image file. You can put a unsplash photo as well if you want to, right? And then you can set up the custom meta title and the meta description, right? So once you're done, you can just save it. Okay, and then lastly will be analytics, like how many people has viewed, started, okay, and how many have completed, what's the total time, I mean the average time to complete, and the completion rate, right? And then you can look at all the individual responses in here as well, right? So pretty much, that's what Preevio does, right? I think the what makes it powerful is the highly customizable features, right? And of course, um, the highly customizable features, right? And there's webhooks already built in. uh, they have conditional, the visual conditional logic, I would say canvas, where you can, set up all your conditional logic, and you can see it very clearly, right? Because when you use other forms that has a very linear way of building questions and flows, this is much more intuitive, right? I think a lot of people enjoy this, using that conditional logic visual way to set these up, right? So that's all I have to share about Preevio. If you enjoyed this video, do give me a thumbs up. Let me know what you think about it in the comments below. Lastly, if you know anyone who can benefit from Preevio, be sure to share this video with them. Right, I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.